My child, I stopped you here on purpose. Do not call this random. Do not treat this like background noise. Do not scroll past what I am saying to you right now. Your arrival in this moment is an appointment I set, and your attention here is an act of obedience. Today, as you hear my voice, soften your heart. Do not close it with cynicism or hurry, because I am speaking to the very place that has been aching in you. Pause. Breathe. Listen. I know where you have been, and I know what you have been carrying. You have knocked until your knuckles felt sore. You have waited in rooms where silence hummed louder than words. You have replayed conversations, second-guessed decisions, checked signs, looked for patterns, tried to read the wind. You have watched others step forward while you remained at a doorway that would not open, wondering if you misheard me or if I had overlooked you. You have felt the weight of delay press against your chest, and you have wondered if the closed door meant you were denied. Hear me. I have seen every tear hidden in your pillow. I have counted every breath taken between hope and disappointment, and I am not indifferent to the fatigue you feel now. I am not shaming you for it. I am meeting you in it. Listen closely. What you called denial, I call preparation. What looked like me turning you away was me training your hands and strengthening your heart so that when the door opened, what waited on the other side would not crush you. You thought stillness was punishment. It was protection. You thought silence meant abandonment. It was instruction in a higher language. I have been shaping your inner life while keeping certain outer moves on pause, because timing is not a wall that keeps you out. Timing is a shield that keeps you ready. And now I am telling you, the time is here. Do not rush past this sentence, my child. I am announcing a shift. The hinge you could not see has been oiled by the very prayers you whispered when you felt unheard. The season you called stagnant has been a greenhouse for roots you could not admire because they grew in quiet places. I did not waste your waiting. I used it. The door you kept knocking on was never a verdict against you. It was an altar where you learned to listen, to trust, to let me reorder your steps. And now, in my timing, as you take the next obedient step, I am opening what I have prepared. You have asked me, how will I know? How do I avoid another cycle of almost? Hear me. Before this message ends, I will show you what to do next, what to stop doing that keeps your hands full of what I am calling you to release, and how to recognize the opening door without letting fear sabotage it. You will not be left in confusion. I am not dangling hope in front of you. I am guiding you into steady movement. I will teach you the difference between pressure that pushes you into panic and peace that draws you forward with quiet strength. I will point to the patterns you must put down so you can carry what I am giving you. Stay with me through this, because the clarity you asked for is entering your spirit even now. I know the hidden tension. You are tired of hoping because hope has felt expensive. You are wary of trying because trying has felt like reliving loss. You have said, if this door is mine, why does it resist me? And I say to you, resistance was your classroom, not your cage. In that classroom, you learned to pray beyond convenience. In that tension, you learned to discern the difference between a passing desire and a planted calling. I did not let you rush what required ripening. I did not let you settle for a version of the future you could control with fear. I was not late, I was exact. So receive my interruption as mercy. Let me hold your racing thoughts still for a moment. Let me place my hand on the parts of your heart that hardened in self-defense and say, soften again. For what I open, no one can shut in your life when you walk in step with me. What I shut, no striving can pry back because it does not belong to you. I am removing the confusion that came from watching doors others were assigned to and missing the quiet invitation standing in front of you. I have tailored this instruction to your steps. and I delight to lead you. I am calling you closer, not to overwhelm you, but to align you. This is not about performing perfection. This is about taking one obedient step. The key is not your flawless planning. The key is your surrendered yes. As you hear me, answer me. As you sense my nudge, respond. I am not asking you to leap into the dark alone. I am asking you to walk with me into the light I am unveiling one step at a time. I will make the next stone under your foot feel sure when you place it there in trust. I will confirm the path with peace that does not demand you contort yourself to fit in rooms you were never meant to inhabit. To mark this moment, agree with me openly, not for show, but as a sign to your own heart that you are listening. Type Amen or write I'm listening, and let that be the opening of your posture as I pour the rest of this word into you. Agreement is not a gimmick, it is alignment. Your yes breaks the partnership with resignation. Your yes makes room for instruction. Stay. Do not step away from this flow. Your waiting has not been wasted, and what I am about to reveal will settle the questions that have chased you in circles. I am here, speaking to you with specificity, and I will walk you from interruption into instruction, from weariness into wisdom, from closed doors you feared to open doors you will recognize and enter without apology. Keep your heart soft. Keep your eyes on me. The time is here. My child, lean in. The door that would not move under your hand was not a verdict against you. It was a shield I held in place for you. I did not let you enter because I saw what you could not see. Timelines woven behind the wall, voices rehearsing flattery that would have turned into control, opportunities that sparkled like gold but were welded to chains. I did not ignore you at the threshold. I stood with you at the threshold and kept it shut because love guards as much as it gives. You felt the ache of delay. I felt the weight of responsibility to keep you from rooms that would have demanded your soul while applauding your gifts. Hear me, I did not reject you. I protected you. You looked at the unmoving handle and whispered, "Not now" must mean not ever. You measured yourself by others who crossed into their moment and concluded you were less chosen, less favored, somehow behind. But this is the lie I am breaking. You are not behind. You are aligned to a cadence I set with care. Favor is not a fast pass. Favor is a fortress. I did not expose you to premature eyes because I care more for your heart than your highlight reel. I did not allow misaligned people to attach to you because I knew they would praise what you do while starving who you are. I saw counterfeits come dressed as provision, and I closed the way so you would not have to rescue yourself from contracts your spirit never consented to. I hold the right to open and to shut, and I exercise that right in wisdom and mercy. When I seal a door, no striving can pry it. When I swing a door wide, no opposition can bar it. My timing is not a riddle to torture you. It is a rhythm to secure you. I did not keep you waiting to punish you for past missteps. I kept you waiting to deliver you from future entanglements. I needed to form in you the strength to carry what rests beyond this threshold without breaking under the weight of it or bowing under the expectations of people who confuse access with ownership. Do you remember the times you almost said yes because you were tired of being overlooked? The invitations that required you to quiet your convictions to gain a seat? The offers that came with urgency that mocked your peace? The now or never words meant to bypass your discernment? I blocked them even when you thought I was blocking you. I was filtering, sorting noise from direction, performance from calling, attention from assignment. I did not withhold visibility. I withheld vulnerability to wolves. I would not let you be celebrated into compromise or hurried into harm. The delay has done a work inside you that applause could never accomplish. It refined your character, teaching you to choose integrity when no one was clapping. It purified your motives, untangling your desire to serve from the need to be seen. It strengthened your faith muscles, so you lift what you are now called to carry without resenting the weight. It trained your discernment, so you no longer confuse pressure with purpose, panic with prompting, or charisma with character. I have been healing the fracture that would have turned an open door into a new prison, the ache that came from waiting, disappointment, comparison, the fear of being forgotten could have traveled with you and sabotaged your steps inside the promise. I would not let that happen. I slowed you to heal you. You have said, but I was ready. In ways, yes. In other ways, you were ready to be needed, but not yet ready to be led. You were ready to pour out, but not yet anchored in a rhythm of rest that keeps you from emptying to earn love. You were ready to answer every call, but not yet skilled in saying no without guilt. The rooms you will enter require a stewardship of heart and boundaries. They require a tongue that blesses and a spine that holds. They require eyes that can look past applause and see assignment. I was shaping all of this in you while you thought nothing was happening. Let me be clear about the kind of protection I enacted. I shielded you from misaligned people, partners who would have negotiated your identity for progress. I shielded you from premature exposure, eyes that watch without covering, platforms that amplify without shepherding. I shielded you from counterfeits, opportunities that echo your calling with the wrong spirit, doors that open fast but cost you slow. I did not let the wrong hands hold you in this stage. I did not let your hunger place you at tables that would feed you today and starve you tomorrow. I have been building you, not benched you. Now pay attention to this wisdom. There are doorway tests that repeat until their lesson is learned, not to shame you, but to strengthen you. The test of pace. Will you move at my pace or at their pressure? The test of voice. Will you speak the truth I've formed in you or edit yourself to be accepted? The test of motive. Will you serve for love or for likes? The test of boundary. Will you say yes to everything and dilute your obedience? Or will you say yes to me and disappoint some to guard the assignment? The test of dependence. Will you consult me first or only after you've committed? These tests have cycled like waves at your feet. You wondered why the same opportunities kept showing up with different faces. It was not punishment, it was pattern training. Every time you chose peace over panic, clarity over chaos, obedience over optics, you leveled in wisdom. And now, as these tests come again, you will feel the shift. What once triggered you will not move you. What once seduced you will not sway you. What once scared you will now signal, this is the old path. We are walking the new. Consider what has changed in you. Subtle, quiet, deep. You no longer need constant confirmation to trust what I have already whispered. You take counsel without making people your compass. You feel the nudge to pause before committing, and you obey that nudge. You recognize when flattery is fishing for access. You feel when a timeline is manipulated and you refuse to rush. Your yes is cleaner. Your no is kinder. Your heart is softer to me and firmer with what drains you. These are signs that the hinge is loosening. These are the marks of someone who will not waste the opening because they've learned to walk through without dragging chains. So let this settle in you. What felt like rejection was mercy. The delay you suffered was preparation. I am not late. I am exact. I am not stingy. I am strategic. I loved you too much to push you into a spotlight that would blind you or tie you to people who only love you when you perform. I loved you enough to let you ache for a while so you would not bleed for a lifetime. I am the one who guards the threshold, and I am the one who knows when to turn the key. Breathe with me now. Release the accusation you held against yourself and against me. Forgive the timeline you built in your mind. Stop calling yourself behind. You are arriving on time to what I crafted in time. Agree with me. My protection is perfect and my timing is trustworthy. If you need to mark it, say it aloud where you are. Your no saved me, your wait formed me, your yes will send me. Let that confession close the door on shame and open your eyes to discernment. In the next movement, I will show you how to recognize the door as it begins to move, the peace that accompanies my opening and the pressures you must refuse. But for this moment, let gratitude replace offense. Let understanding replace suspicion. I have been near at the threshold, and I remain near now. Take my hand. We are not going backward. We are aligning. And as you align, watch how easily what resisted you begins to yield. Not because you pushed harder, but because you are ready now to carry what waits beyond without losing yourself inside it. My child, I counted every knock. I was with you on the nights when your pillow was damp and your voice was barely a whisper. I heard the prayers you pushed through clenched teeth when you were too tired to explain yourself to anyone else. I received the worship you offered when you felt nothing, when songs tasted like dust and yet you sang anyway because you chose me over your feelings. I watched you obey while confused, to show up when clarity was thin, to keep walking when the map blurred. None of that vanished into air. None of it was wasted. I counted. I cared. I kept. Every time your knuckles hit that door, whether with bold faith or trembling hope, you were not just asking, you were becoming. Prayer did not twist my arm as if I were reluctant to be good to you. Prayer aligned your heart with mine, so that you could recognize goodness when it came, so that you would not mistake counterfeits for promises or noise for direction. In prayer, your hearing sharpened. You learned my tone, my pace, my peace. In prayer, your posture shifted from make it happen to let it be according to your will, not as resignation but as partnership. You were not losing power, you were gaining alignment. Listen to me. There are two ditches that drain strength. One ditch says, if it happens, and calls that fate faith, but it requires nothing of the heart and bears no fruit of obedience. The other ditch says, I must force it, and exhausts you with striving, negotiating with outcomes that are not yours to control. I am calling you to the narrow living way between those ditches, active waiting. Active waiting is not passivity, it is faithfulness in small steps. It is cleaning what I've placed in your care. It is tending the relationships I highlighted. It is studying when no one is grading you. It is resting as an act of trust. It is making the call I am nudging you to make, sending the message I keep bringing to your mind, finishing what you started, forgiving who injured you, releasing who drained you, and doing it with me. Active waiting is the daily yes that keeps your oil full, so the door you have prayed for does not find you empty when it swings. While you prayed, I was not measuring eloquence. I was forming a key. Keys have teeth, and each season added a tooth. Each surrender shaped an edge. Each yes under pressure carved a contour that matches what is about to unlock. Patience became one tooth, learning to delay your reaction until my peace confirms your response. Humility became another, letting go of proving yourself so I can place you where I want you. Endurance added depth, staying steady when results moved slow. Forgiveness filed the edges, releasing offense so your hands don't shake on the handle. Integrity aligned the ridges, choosing truth in hidden places so doors do not warp when they open. This is key formation. You asked for access. I gave you formation, because access without formation is a trap. But formation with access is a life you can carry without losing your soul. You thought your short breath prayers were too small to matter. You thought your quiet acts of obedience were unseen. But I counted every knock, and I used each one like a master craftsman uses a file. Gentle here, firm there, until your inner life matched the lock of the next season. Do not despise how I trained you. Do not resent the hours you spent with no audience but me. Those hours are the reason you will not bow to pressure when new rooms ask you to bend. Those hours are the reason you will sense the subtle shift in atmosphere and know this is God without needing a crowd to tell you. Hear me clearly, the door is opening. It is not a fantasy to keep you docile. It is a timing you have grown into, but discernment is required because not every sound is an invitation and not every opening is for you. Some doors move quietly at first. They do not announce themselves with trumpets. They begin as a conversation you almost decline, a call you feel like saving for later, an idea that lands fully formed at a time that makes no sense, a sudden peace that settles the same question that has agitated you for months. Pay attention to my peace and alignment. Do not chase pressure. Do not bow to panic disguised as opportunity. I am not a God of now or never manipulation. I am the God of walk with me assurance. You have asked, how will I know it is you? You will know because the step I highlight will not require you to betray what I've taught you. It will not demand you to mute your convictions or shrink your boundaries to fit in a room I never assigned to you. It will require courage, yes, but not contortion. My peace will not remove all butterflies, but it will remove the dread. My guidance will not answer every why, but it will illuminate the next how. The same voice that steadied you in prayer will call you forward at the threshold, and you will recognize me because you have spent time knowing me, not just asking me for things. I remember the night you turned off the light and said, I don't even know what to say anymore, and then kept your heart turned toward me in silence. That was a knock. I saw you return an apology you owed that no one demanded. That was a knock. I watched you sow kindness when you were the one who needed it. That was a knock. I heard you say no to what stroked your ego so you could say yes to what protected your soul. That was a knock. Your knocks called you into maturity, and maturity is the hand that can hold blessing without turning it into an idol. So here is how you stand now, not as a beggar at a door that refuses you, but as a steward at a threshold I have prepared for you. Your prayers have tuned your ear to my cues. Your obedience in the small has enlarged your capacity for the larger. Your heart has been softened and strengthened, tender enough to feel, firm enough to lead. Place your key in the lock with me. Do not wrench it. Do not fear it. Turn it with the steady confidence of one who knows they are not intruding. They are entering where they are sent. As you do, keep practicing active waiting, one obedient step at a time. Lay out what I've told you to prepare. Put your house in order where I've put my finger. Send the message I brought to your mind while you were listening just now. Write the outline. Clear the schedule spot. Release the grudge. Tend your rest. Keep your words aligned. Do not speak what you fear. Speak what you believe I have prepared. Agree with me in this moment, even aloud where you are. Every knock mattered. My prayers shaped me. I am aligned with your timing, and I will step when you say step. Let your agreement mark your mind. Let it lock your heart into peace. I am with you at the threshold. The hinge that resisted is yielding. The lock that would not catch is matching the key that has been formed in you. Watch for the first subtle moves. Do not overlook a quiet opening because you expected a crash. When I nudge, answer. When I whisper, respond. When I still you, wait. The door is opening, my child, and you are ready not because you tried harder, but because you prayed and became. My child, listen to me with your full attention. You asked, how will I know when the door is opening? I am answering you now. The evidence of my opening does not come wrapped in frenzy. It arrives clothed in peace. It does not force you to abandon what I have taught you. It confirms it. When I open, I align. When I invite, I settle your spirit even if your mind is still catching up. The step I highlight does not suffocate you, it strengthens you. The conversation I bring carries honor, not manipulation. The opportunity I breathe on meets your preparation in ways you could not make happen with striving, and yet it requires your participation with courage and humility. Here are signs I allow. First, increased clarity, not a flood of every answer, but a clean yes for the next step. Confusion loosens its grip. The fog lifts just enough for you to see where to place your foot. Questions remain, but the question of, "Is this me?" quiets with an inner knowing shaped by the hours we have spent together. Second, uncommon peace. Not numbness, not denial of risk, but a deep calm under the butterflies, the kind that anchors you from beneath while the surface still ripples. This peace does not argue, it abides. Third, alignment through counsel. The wise voices I have planted in your life, those who love me and love you without agenda, bear witness with what I am saying. They do not push, they confirm. They may challenge your comfort, but they will not mock my process in you. Fourth, my word has been echoing a theme in your spirit, not a line plucked to fit your desire, but a consistent thread that keeps surfacing in prayer, in teaching, in quiet moments. Themes of trust, courage, order, holiness, stewardship. And fifth, you will notice that the movement requires less forcing than before. Doors that once required you to contort now respond to a steady turn. Provision meets obedience in quiet ways, an introduction, a resource, a space in the schedule, a yes you did not lobby for. It does not mean there is no effort. It means the effort is clean, not frantic. You work, but you do not strive. You move, but you are not manic. Grace is visible in the pace. Pay attention to how these signs agree. Clarity without peace is not my leading. Counsel that contradicts the core of what I have formed in you is not my instruction. A verse plucked to excuse compromise is not my confirmation. Provision that arrives attached to control is not my favor. Alignment sounds like harmony, not one loud instrument drowning out the others, but an agreement of tone between peace, counsel, word, and timing. When these sing together, you are hearing my yes. Now, hear me warn you about the counterfeit. Counterfeit open doors often announce themselves with pressure that mocks your inner rest. They speak with urgency that collapses space for prayer. They dress themselves in flattery and demand you pay for access with your integrity. They require you to shrink who I made you to be in order to fit a mold designed by fear. They offer shortcuts that poison your conscience. Just this once. Bend this boundary. Look the other way. Sign quickly. Keep quiet. Don't ask questions. They define success as speed and visibility at any cost. They promise relief from waiting, but they purchase that relief with your peace. If the path says, hurry or lose everything, but cannot hold still long enough for you to meet me there in truth, it is not my path for you. Test the spirit of what presents itself to you. Does this opportunity ask you to mute conviction to keep connection? Do these relationships require you to apologize for your calling, your boundaries, your worship? Do you feel loyal to a version of yourself that is less honest, less whole, less rooted? Are you negotiating away the very practices that have kept you sane, prayer, rest, integrity, in order to catch something that threatens to run without you? If you must hide it, it is not from me. If you cannot ask me to bless it without flinching, it is not for you now. If you need to make yourself small to be tolerated, you will be required to stay small to remain, and I have not trained you to vanish in rooms I send you to serve. Understand the language of fear and the language of faith. Fear speaks in catastrophes and scarcity. There will never be another chance. Everyone will leave you if you do not comply. You are already too late. You must earn your belonging now or lose it forever. Fear rides on the shoulders of comparison and whispers, "Look at them, you are behind. Copy what worked for them, rush." Fear makes you speak doom over your own path, narrating worst-case scenarios until your tongue partners with your torment. Do not give your voice to fear. Monitor your words with vigilance. Do not speak what you dread as if it were a prophecy. Speak what you believe according to what I have formed in you, truth, trust, and obedience. Say, "I am led by peace. I recognize alignment. I move with integrity. I do not trade my birthright for a bowl of hurry." Faith does not deny risk. Faith decides obedience in the presence of risk. Faith speaks in trust and clarity. I will take the next step I have been shown. I do not need the entire map to begin. I will not be bullied by timelines that do not carry God's breath. Faith waits when I say pause and moves when I say go. Faith does not perform to prove worth. Faith responds to love with action. Faith changes your language from "I must make this happen" to "I will do what you ask, and I will let you be God over outcomes." Let your mouth agree with me. Guard your confessions like a gate. Your words steer your stance at the threshold. Hear me on timing. An open door does not always mean sprint. Sometimes it means step. Pace is part of protection. When I say step, it anchors you in grace for that step. When I say pause, I am not teasing you. I am guarding the sequence so that what opens remains sustainable. Some doors are hallways, not teleportation. You will take a step, then I will meet you with another, and the corridor will light as you go. Do not outrun your grace. Do not lag behind your cue. Stay with me. I am not late. I am exact. The rhythm I lead you in will conserve your soul. Even as your influence stretches, your responsibility increases, your capacity grows. If you move at the speed of anxiety, you will bring yesterday's exhaustion into tomorrow's promise. If you move at the speed of my peace, you will arrive with oil. There will be moments when the open door looks ordinary, a small email that carries a large pivot, a quiet coffee that births a holy partnership, a mundane errand that places you in a needed conversation. Do not despise small signals. I often tuck big beginnings inside plain packages to protect them from predators and to protect your heart from performance. Honor the ordinary by staying present. When peace accompanies it, when counsel nods, when my word hums the same melody, when the effort is clean, answer it. Let me coach your inner stance. Stop chasing signs. Start following peace and obedience. Signs will follow those who believe, but those who chase signs make room for deception. I will give you confirmations, but I am not training you to be addicted to novelty. I am training you to be anchored in my nature. Choose faith now, even before the next confirmation arrives. Mark this moment with your agreement. Type, "I choose faith," and let those words be a line you draw in the sand. No more running after flashing lights. No more bowing to panic. No more negotiating your boundaries to fit counterfeit rooms. You will follow my peace. You will obey my nudge. You will wait when I say wait and move when I say move. As you align, I will keep you. I will protect your pace from people who profit off your hurry. I will silence the accusation that calls you lazy when you rest in obedience. I will open what belongs to you at the speed your soul can carry, without fracturing. You will notice that as you honor this rhythm, the right people find you without you selling yourself to be found. The right doors hold without you jamming your shoulder against them to keep them from swinging shut. Favor will not feel like begging. It will feel like being met. So pay attention in the coming days. Watch how I stitch together confirmations without you forcing them. Peace that lingers, counsel that resonates, a theme that keeps repeating, provision that meets obedience, effort that is clean. And just as carefully, refuse the invitations that come dressed in panic, that ask you to become smaller than the person I just spent a season forming. You will not be tricked at the threshold. You will be led. And as you walk, remember, the door you kept knocking on was never denial. It was divine preparation. Now, in my timing, as you take the next obedient step, not the perfect plan, watch me open what no pressure could counterfeit, and no panic can control. My child, before you place your hand on the handle, stop with me here. I am not only opening a door, I am healing the part of you that learned to live outside, the part that braced for disappointment so often it forgot how to breathe when good things draw near. Do not rush this. This pause is mercy. If we skip the healing, the room you prayed for will feel like another cage, because old pain can build new bars inside open spaces. I love you too much to let you carry chains across a threshold I made for freedom. Let me name what the waiting etched into tender places. There is a wound that hears every not yet as never, and it flinches at the slightest delay. That is rejection sensitivity, born from slammed doors and silent rooms. There is a wound that keeps measuring your pace against others until your joy thins and your courage shakes. That is comparison, a thief dressed like a mirror. There is a wound that built armor so heavy it keeps you safe and stuck at the same time. That is self-protection that served you in a storm, but now blocks the sunlight. There is a wound that looks at new faces and expects old betrayals. That is distrust, learned in a hard school, now rewriting tomorrow with yesterday's pen. There is a wound that demands flawless steps to earn permission to move. That is perfectionism, a control strategy baptized as excellence but driven by fear. There is a wound that stands guard with a ledger of wrongs, ready to prove why opening again is foolish. That is bitterness, a false justice that dries your own well. And there is a wound that whispers, "Do not hope, hope hurts." That is the fear of hoping again, the heaviest stone on a soft heart. I am not condemning you for these. I am meeting you in them. I know how you learned these reflexes. I saw the nights you braced yourself so you wouldn't break. I counted the times you were met with silence when you asked for help. I was with you when your name was not called, when your hand was not chosen, when your yes was mocked, when your love was mishandled. I did not author those injuries, and I have not ignored them. Today I am tending them because I do not simply change your scenery. I restore your soul so you can live in the land without becoming a slave to old survival codes. Let us take an honest, gentle inventory together. Ask your heart with me present. What did I begin to believe about me during the waiting? Did you come to think I delight in delay, that I tease with promises I do not plan to keep, that I am closer to the careless than to the careful? Ask, what did you begin to believe about yourself? Did you swallow the story that you are always almost enough, but never quite? That your voice is inconvenient? That your desires are dangerous? That your presence is a problem to solve? And ask, what did you begin to believe about people? Did you decide that every leader will use you, that every friend will forget you, that every door is rigged, that love is bait? Beneath each fear, there is a lie. Name it with me. The lie beneath rejection sensitivity says, you are unwanted by default. The lie beneath comparison says, there is not enough room for you. The lie beneath self-protection says, if you soften, you will be shattered. The lie beneath distrust says, no covenant holds. The lie beneath perfectionism says, your value is your performance. The lie beneath bitterness says, holding pain protects you from it. The lie beneath the fear of hope says, disappointment is stronger than my goodness. Hold these lies up to my light. You do not have to argue with them. Simply refuse to agree with them any longer. I am speaking a louder truth over you. You are wanted. There is room. Your softness is shielded by my strength. I keep covenant. Your value is my image in you. Release heals more than it hurts, and hope in me is not a trick. It is an anchor. Now we release. Not with a rush of emotion you must manufacture, but with a decision in my presence that I empower by my spirit. Begin with forgiveness. I am not asking you to pretend harm did not happen. I am asking you to set down the role of judge so your heart can stop carrying evidence. Forgive the ones who closed doors in your face without listening. Forgive the ones who promised and vanished. Forgive the ones who used your labor but withheld honor. Forgive the ones who mocked your tears, who borrowed your trust and did not return it. And forgive yourself for staying when you should have left, for leaving when you should have stayed, for harsh words you spoke to your own heart, for the times you numbed instead of brought it to me. Forgiveness does not excuse, it frees. Let it free you now. Release the outcomes you tried to control. Hand me the timelines you taped to your soul. Surrender the mental scripts that rehearsed exactly how this had to unfold for you to feel safe. Yield the urge to manage every perception, to meet every expectation, to preempt every pain. Say with me, simply and clearly, I surrender my timeline. I relinquish control. I trust your pace. If this is difficult to say, let your tears say it with you. If your throat tightens, breathe and keep choosing. Healing is a process, but it begins with agreement, and your agreement invites my strength into what you cannot change alone. Now we address the patterns that keep you outside. To rejection sensitivity, I apply the balm of belonging. Hear me call you by name, not for a task, but for relationship. To comparisons, I speak identity. I did not craft you as a copy. You are a necessary voice in a harmony I am composing. To self-protection, I offer my covering. You can lower the armor I did not give you because I am a shield that does not strain your shoulders. To distrust, I reveal my face again. People failed you, but I have not lied to you. I will teach you wise boundaries without a hardened heart. To perfectionism, I give permission to be faithful, not flawless. Obedience is your offering. Outcomes are mine. To bitterness, I bring living water, freshness where acidity has scorched the roots. And to the fear of hope, I restore courage. Hope is not naive when it is placed in me. It is strength to try again with me in front. Place your hand over your heart for a moment and listen to me speak into it. You are safe with me. You can risk softening without losing yourself. You can enter without bracing. You can learn new rhythms that do not require constant vigilance. You will not miss your moment by trusting me. You will not be punished for resting in my pace. Where you have kept vigil alone, I now stand watch. Where you have slept with shoes on, I untie the laces and cover you. If you need words, let me lend you some to mark this release. Whisper them where you are. Father, I forgive those who wounded me. I forgive myself. I lay down bitterness. I break agreement with comparison and perfectionism. I surrender my timeline and the need to control outcomes. I receive your peace as my pace and your truth as my story. I give you my fear of hoping again, and I choose to hope in you. Let these words be seeds. They will grow as you water them with small, daily obediences. If you want to mark this moment publicly, type I release and I receive as a witness to your own heart that you are turning toward freedom now. Understand this, my child. An open door is a gift, but it requires lighter hands to hold what waits inside. Baggage makes blessing feel heavy. Resentment makes honor feel suspicious. Perfectionism turns opportunity into interrogation. Self-protection forfeits companionship for control. Comparison steals celebration in the very rooms you prayed to enter. We are not shaming your survival skills. We are retiring them where they are no longer needed. Travel light with me. Pack peace, humility, gratitude, and wise boundaries. Leave behind the need to be the most impressive person in the room. Bring the desire to be the most surrendered. I will not rush your healing, but I will not let you stall in it either. I will schedule gentle encounters that reinforce this work, conversations that restore trust in community, moments of joy that reopen wonder, quiet mornings where you sense my delight with no task attached. When the old reflex rises, return to this decision. Say again, I release and I receive. We will keep walking. Each obedient step will strengthen what we are healing, and what once kept you outside will lose its voice at the threshold. Now breathe. Notice the weight on your shoulders begin to lift. Notice how the thought of stepping forward no longer makes your chest tighten like it did a few minutes ago. This is not pretend. This is my hand on your heart. I am restoring the part of you that stopped believing you could walk through anything without breaking. You will step through with me, not braced against me. You will bring a soft heart and a steady spine. You will not sabotage new rooms with old stories. You are not the person who first knocked. You have been formed while you waited, and now you are being healed as you rise. When I say move, you will not drag chains. When I say speak, you will not hear your voice echo off walls of shame. When I say receive, you will not argue with generosity. Healing is not the absence of memory. It is the presence of my mercy where the memory used to rule you. Let mercy rule now. Let peace be the guard at your chest. Let joy return to your expectations. The door is opening, and you, my child, are becoming light enough to walk through without turning freedom into a prison. Stay with me. We are almost there. Now listen to me, my child. I am putting a holy edge on this moment. You have let me touch the places that trembled at the threshold. Now I command your feet to answer what your heart has received. The door does not swing for perfect blueprints. It responds to obedient steps. Stop waiting for certainty to remove all risk. Stop delaying until every variable bows to your comfort. Obedience has always come before full understanding. I am not asking you to solve a puzzle. I am asking you to take the step I have already lit beneath you. You keep asking for the whole map because you are afraid of missing a turn. Hear me. I am the one guiding, and I know how to correct your course. You are not powerful enough to ruin what I am faithful enough to redeem. What I require now is not a flawless plan, but a faithful response. I am not measuring your worth by the complexity of your strategy. I am watching for your yes at the speed of my peace. When you move on what I highlight, grace meets you in motion. When you freeze until your feelings become perfect, you build altars to your anxiety. Dismantle them now. Stand up. Step forward. Let me make the first step plain because you have made it complicated by calling it not enough. The first step is small but real. Send the message that has lingered in your drafts, not a speech. One faithful note that opens the conversation I am breathing on. Submit the application you keep revising past obedience. Not a perfect portfolio, an honest one. Forgive and reconcile where I have been nudging you to repair a bridge. Not with self-betrayal, with healthy boundaries and a clear heart. Set the boundary you have rehearsed in your mind, but avoided in practice. Not an argument, a calm no that honors what I am forming in you. Return to the habit of prayer at a set time each day. Not a marathon. 15 undistracted minutes of presence that will grow into hours as your appetite returns. Begin the study I flagged for you, the course, the certification, the reading plan, not to impress, to steward. Ask for counsel from the wise voice I already prompted you to approach. Not crowdsourcing, covering. Schedule the meeting, draft the outline, clean the workspace, prepare the room. These are not random tasks, they are keys you already hold. Call delay by its name when it dresses up as wisdom. Endless research that never lands in action is not discernment, It is fear gathering footnotes. Waiting for perfect feelings is not faith. It is permission for your emotions to govern your destiny. Chasing one more confirmation after I have already aligned peace, counsel, word, and provision is not caution. It is addiction to certainty. You keep saying, I am being careful, but I hear I am stalling. You say, I just want to be sure, but I see you trying to make guarantees out of what I designed to be trust. Wisdom does not paralyze. Wisdom paces. Wisdom does not silence obedience. Wisdom steadies it. Do not crown hesitation and call it holiness. Holiness is obedience shaped by love, not paralysis baptized as prudence. Guard your mouth in this transition because your tongue is a rudder. You know this. Words carry consequence. They can bless what I am birthing or bruise it. No more self-cursing statements spilling out as if they were harmless. Do not say, I always mess this up. Do not say, I am not ready when I just said, rise. Do not say, it never works for me when my hand is on the handle. Do not say, I'll probably be rejected when I am teaching you to stand in favor without performing. Do not prophesy against your own path. Choose life with your language. Replace decay with truth formed in my presence. I will obey the step I see. I move at the pace of peace. I am covered as I go. Favor meets faithfulness. My steps are ordered even when my sight is partial. I am not late, I am aligned. Say these aloud. Write them where you look often. Let your own voice escort your feet forward. You fear starting because you cannot see the ending. But I am the Alpha and the Omega, and I am standing at both ends of this obedience. I am with you in the first email and at the final outcome in the first day, back to prayer and in the fruit that will ripen from it. I do not demand a leap off a cliff. I provide stones and say, step here. I am not teasing you with fog. I am guiding you through a hallway that lights one lamp at a time. Trust the light you have. Move in it. When the next lamp turns on, you will praise me for how I led you, not shame yourself for not knowing beforehand. Let me teach you resistance that strengthens rather than stops you. The moment you act, a chorus of what-ifs will rise. What if you look foolish? What if it fails? What if they think less of you? Answer them with what is more. What if obedience pleases me? What if grace meets you? What if this small yes unlocks what your analysis could not? You are not auditioning for human approval. You are answering a holy invitation. Refuse to rehearse catastrophes. Rehearse my faithfulness. When discouragement knocks, do not entertain it with spirals. Return to the step. Do the next piece. Send the message. Close the tab that feeds your dread. Pray your 15 minutes. Read your one chapter. Make your one call. Obedience compounded becomes momentum, and momentum at my pace becomes breakthrough that looks like suddenly to those who did not witness your steady yes. Some of you must obey within a time frame, not to panic you, but to protect you from drift. Today, before the sun sets, send what you must send. Today, before you sleep, choose the start time for your prayer tomorrow and honor it as an appointment with me, because it is. This week, on the day I am highlighting even now, schedule the conversation you have postponed. Do not stretch this into months while calling it stewardship. Stewardship starts now in small, faithful movements that agree with what I am opening. You ask, what if I mishear? I answer, humility keeps you correctable. If you take a step with me and discover it is not the one, I will show you gently, and you will learn without losing me. But if you refuse to step until certainty is absolute, you will sit outside a door already unlocking. Your fear of mistake has become more authoritative than my promise to lead you. Break that agreement now. I do not shame children who are learning the sound of my voice. I shape them through practice. Practice with me. I am safe to practice with. Now, mark your agreement. not with a feeling you cannot control, but with a confession you can choose. Say it out loud where you are. I will obey. Let it be simple and clean. Let it cut through your delays. Write it if you need to, and as a public witness to your own heart, type, I will obey. Let those words confront the part of you that preferred endless editing. Let them become a line you will not cross back over. As you obey, expect me to meet you with provision appropriate to the step. Strength for the email, favor in the conversation, clarity in the study, grace in the boundary, presence in the prayer. Do not despise how ordinary these meetings may feel. Extraordinary outcomes are often born from ordinary obedience. Keep your steps small enough to repeat and sincere enough to honor me. Keep your speech aligned enough to carry blessing into what you touch. Keep your heart tender enough to adjust without shame. Keep your pace slow enough to hear me and steady enough to keep moving. My child, I am not requiring perfection. I am inviting partnership. The door you kept knocking on answers to this partnership. Your yes meeting, my timing. Take the step in your hand. Stop negotiating for a different one. Stop auditioning feelings for permission. Stop making certainty an idol. Obedience opens what overthinking has kept closed. Walk with me, speak life, act now, and watch the hinge turn beneath your hand as grace greets you on the other side of your yes. My child, as your hand meets the hinge, I am asking you to lighten your grip. The new room is not designed to house the clutter of the old season. What you refuse to release can delay what I am ready to reveal. Do not drag yesterday's chains across today's threshold. I am not making this hard to keep you out. I am making this holy to keep you whole. Lay down what cannot cross with you. Leave the grudges, they feel like armor, but they rust your courage and stain your clarity. Forgiveness does not rewrite history. It rewrites your posture so you can walk forward without constantly looking back for evidence. Say their names before me and bless them into my hands. You are not the judge you appointed yourself to be to survive a hard season. I will deal wisely. You will walk freely. Leave the secret sin patterns, the quiet agreements you make in the shadows, to soothe what you refuse to bring to my light. Hidden indulgence promises relief, but bills you in shame and powerlessness. I am not exposing you to embarrass you. I am inviting you into freedom sturdy enough to stand in open spaces, end the back doors, close the tabs, break the cycles at the root, confess, repent, replace. I supply grace, not loopholes. I give power, not excuses. This door will not become a stage for duplicity. It will be a sanctuary for integrity. Leave people-pleasing. You cannot obey me while you are auditioning for applause from every seat in the gallery. Good stewardship of relationships is not the same as bondage to their expectations. I love the people you love, but I did not call them Lord. Stop shaping your yes around imagined reactions. Live for the smile of one. Those who are meant for you will adjust to the sound of your obedience. Those who are not will call it arrogance because it is no longer available for their control. Release that fear. Leave comparison. It twists celebration into self-critique and slowly starves gratitude. The room I am opening is tailored to the calling I stitched into you. There is no competition for your assignment. Measure by faithfulness, not by flash. Watch your words when you witness another's win. Make them blessings, not barbs. Jealousy will not travel with you. Joy will. Leave the need to be understood by everyone. Clarity from me must matter more than consensus from them. Some will not understand your boundaries. Some will misread your pace. Some will assign motives to choices I am writing with my hand. Stop explaining what I have asked you to demonstrate. The fruit of your obedience will speak in time. Let misunderstanding fall to the ground. It is not heavy enough to hold you down unless you cradle it. Leave loyalty to environments I already outgrew in you. Honor does not require you to remain where you can no longer be healthy. There are rooms, roles, and rhythms that held you while I formed you, but now they confine you because your growth has outpaced their grace for you. Do not curse those spaces, bless them for what they were, and let them be what they are, part of your story, not the whole of your future. Nostalgia is not a map. When I say it is time to go, do not build a shrine to what used to work. Hear me clearly. This is consecration, not condemnation. I am not restricting you to withhold good. I am refining you to protect what I am giving you. Set apart does not mean less life. It means more life guarded from erosion. The weight of promise requires structural integrity. I am trimming not to punish but to increase fruitfulness. When you feel me say no to what once was allowed, it is because the next room has different air. Breathe it in. My boundary is a blessing. About relationships, listen with courage and tenderness. Some people were for the hallway, not the room. They helped you knock. They are not assigned to sit inside with you. Do not force a permanent place for a temporary companion. Discern who is for this season by fruit, not familiarity. Fruit looks like humility, truthfulness, shared surrender, joy in your obedience, courage to confront in love, and relief that strengthens your ribs when you leave their presence. Familiarity looks like access without accountability, nostalgia without growth, and a pull back toward the version of you I am maturing beyond. Bless hallway friends without bitterness. Keep open hands, not open doors, where I am asking you to install a boundary. You are not rejecting people. You are protecting purpose. Set practical spiritual boundaries now, while the threshold steadies beneath your feet. Simplify your inputs. What you watch and hear shapes the atmosphere you carry. Mute voices that mock holiness, that normalize cynicism, that inflame comparison, that entertain what you just repented of. Curate your playlist for peace. Choose words, stories, and sounds that build your inner quiet. Protect prayer time like the oxygen it is. Make it an appointment, not an afterthought. Put it on the calendar like something you pay for because everything in your life draws power from it. Choose counsel wisely. Do not crowdsource destiny. Seek the voice that prays, that bears fruit over time, that can tell you no, that cares more about your soul than your speed. Keep your heart tender, fast from sarcasm that rots reverence. Practice quick forgiveness and slow offense. Let me interrupt you with compassion before strategy. Tenderness is not weakness. It is proof you have not hardened to survive. Now make an exchange with me in words. Where you are, say, I release what you are not breathing on, and I receive grace to travel light. Name what you are leaving. I leave grudges. I leave secret compromise. I leave people-pleasing, comparison, and the demand to be understood. I leave loyalty to rooms you have outgrown in me. If you need a witness to your own heart, type, I travel light. Let that declaration mark the moment you loosen your hands so the door can swing wider. Feel what happens when you set these things down. The air clears, the noise lowers, the handle moves with less strain. The step becomes simpler. This is not the absence of challenge. This is the presence of alignment. You are not carrying 30 conversations into a single yes. You are not dragging secret weight into a public calling. You are not guarding old altars while I am inviting you to build new ones. You are becoming free enough to move at the pace of peace. And hear me, when your hands are free, the door opens faster because there is nothing left to cling to on the wrong side. My child, I am not leading you into a sterile room. I am leading you into a spacious place. But spacious places require uncluttered souls. Travel light with me. Keep your eyes single, your feet steady, your heart soft, your schedule honest about what matters. What you refuse to release can delay what I am ready to reveal, but what you lay down becomes the runway for what I will land. We will walk through together. Leave what must be left. Take only what strengthens love and obedience. The next breath belongs to the new, and your hands are ready to receive it. My child, do not be surprised by what started pressing against you the moment you set things down and moved your hand toward the handle. The swell of fatigue that crashes without warning. The fog that makes simple choices feel complicated. The argument that ignites out of nowhere. The offer that tempts an old weakness. The spike of self-doubt that whispers you are unworthy. The bill that appears when you were finally ready to invest. The misunderstanding that strains a relationship you hoped would celebrate you. Hear me. This is a common pattern when you are nearest to release. The hallway often grows loud when the door is about to open. Do not misread this noise as a stop sign. Read it as proof you are close. The pressure is not permission to retreat. It is a cue to plant your feet. Lift your eyes and let courage rise. I am not scolding you for feeling shaken. I am strengthening you to stand. Resistance is not evidence of my absence. It is often the echo of an ending and the last protest of patterns losing their hold. The currents that used to carry you backward are now colliding with your forward yes. Old agreements are shouting because they know they are being broken. Temptation flares because compromise senses it is being evicted. Confusion fogs because clarity is dawning. This is not punishment. This is pressure revealing what must be answered with faith, not fear. Listen and obey this. Do not interpret resistance as a divine no when I have already given you a holy go. Interpret it as a signal to pray, to steady, to move with wisdom and without panic. Do not sprint from terror or freeze from dread. Breathe with me. Put your shoulders down. Tell your pulse to submit to peace. Say out loud where you are, I will not retreat. Let those words train your body not to run from what you prayed for. You are not helpless in this moment. I have placed authority in your mouth, steel in your spine, and light in your path. I have taught your hands to refuse fear's script. You are not a victim of atmospheres. You are a carrier of my presence into them. The pressure is real, but it is not lord over you. Stand in the identity I have been forming, beloved, set apart, instructed, and covered. You do not wrestle flesh and blood. Do not waste your strength on clapping back or proving points. You wrestle with lies, accusations, old agreements, and spiritual resistance that crumbles when you withstand it. Submit your mind to me. Resist the whisper that panics you and watch it lose power. Lift the shield of faith to quench the darts that try to set your imagination on fire. Take the sword of truth, what I have spoken in peace, and answer the storm with it. This is how you respond when the wave hits. Pray short and strong. I receive long prayers, but in the crash, you need clean lines. Say, Jesus, anchor me now. Say, peace of God, guard my heart and mind. Say, light of heaven, clear the fog before me. Say, strength for this step. Say, I choose trust over torment. These are not empty syllables. They are doors you open for my help to rush into the moment you are in. Then breathe. Then act in small obedience again. Guard your language. Fast from negativity in this hour like it is poison, because it is. No complaining rehearsals. No catastrophizing scripts that foretell failure and call it realism. No agreement with shame. When you are tempted to vent, pause and choose life. Say, I bless where you are leading me. Say, I will see your goodness here. Say, I will not partner with dread. If you cannot speak life yet, be quiet with me until your tongue can carry blessing again. Silence can be worship when it prevents you from building prisons with your words. Seek wise counsel, not noisy consensus. Do not crowdsource your way through spiritual resistance. Call the voice that prays, that knows your history, that speaks truth without flattery. Ask for covering, not for permission. Invite them to pray with you, to remind you who you are, to ask you the question that steadies your course. What was the last clear thing God said? Return to that, not to the storm's opinions. Make decisions from peace, not from panic. Pressure tries to stampede you into hasty choices that create new messes. Peace does not procrastinate. Peace paces. If the decision you are about to make is fueled by fear of missing out, rejection, or scarcity, stop. Put your hand over your chest and ask me to level the waters. Wait for the inner witness of alignment, not the absence of challenge, but the presence of clarity and settledness. It may mean you sleep before you send. It may mean you walk around the block before you answer. It may mean you choose a smaller, faithful yes instead of a flashy frenzy. I am not rushing you into regret. I am leading you into rest-driven courage. When the attack touches finances, an unexpected bill, a delay in payment, a sudden expense, do not sell your peace to anxiety. Name the need before me. Ask for strategy as well as supply. I provide wisdom and resource. Make the call you are avoiding. Set the plan you fear is too humble. Steward what is in your hand and bless what is not yet in sight. Refuse rash vows to scarcity. You live under my care, not under chaos. When the strain touches relationships, do not let offense recruit you as its messenger. Be slow to speak, quick to listen, and quicker to bless in private. Clarify with patience instead of accusing in anger. Keep the boundary you set in peace. Do not abandon it to calm a temporary storm. Sometimes the most spiritual response is to say less, to pray more, and to allow me to work in hearts while you remain upright and gentle. When self-doubt roars, remember, favor did not drift to you by accident. I appointed you. I trained you in hidden places. I am not throwing you to wolves. I am sending you with authority. Speak your identity back to your trembling places. I am beloved. I am covered. I am taught. I am not an orphan in this hallway. An orphan begs to be let in. A child stands where the father says stand. Some of you feel tempted to medicate the pressure by returning to what I just asked you to leave. Do not trade a moment of numbness for a month of repair. Come to me with the ache instead. Cry if you need to. Worship with shaking hands. Put on a song that turns your face toward me. Take a short fast from sugar, from scrolling, from chatter, from news, so your senses can reawaken to my nearness. Your flesh will complain, your spirit will strengthen. And hear me. Momentum at my pace is happening even when you cannot measure it. The resistance you feel is not the whole story. There are reinforcements you do not see. There are angels assigned, doors angling, hearts softening, provisions en route, timing aligning. Your role is not to control the invisible. Your role is to remain obedient in the visible. Keep knocking with faith, not with frenzy. Keep stepping with peace, not with panic. Keep speaking life, not forecasts of failure. Mark this moment with agreement. Say aloud, I stand. Type, I stand as a witness to your own heart. Let the ground you occupy become an altar of courage instead of a stage for fear. Do not retreat, not now, not when the hinge is hot, not when the breath of the new is already drifting under the door. In the next moments, I will put words in your mouth, a guided declaration to speak at the threshold. Language that seals your yes, confronts fear, and aligns your heart with what I am opening. Hold your ground until then. Keep your peace. Lift your eyes. You are nearer than you feel, and the resistance that rose against you is only proof that release is at hand. Walk with me and watch the pressure become a passage. My child, come close to me. Slow everything down. Place your hand over your chest. Feel the rise and fall I sustain. Breathe in deeply. Let your shoulders soften. Exhale the rush. This is not a performance. This is a holy agreement. I am here. I am near. I am opening what I aligned. And your words at the threshold matter. You will not rush through this. You will not whisper like a guest in someone else's house. This is your Father's house. Speak with me. I will lead you. Say what I give you to say. Speak slowly. Let the words touch your bones, not just your lips. If tears come, let them come. If silence pauses between lines, let the silence be worship. We are aligning your inner world with what I am opening. Repetition is not weakness when it is filled with faith. It is training your heart to keep the posture you are choosing right now. Say, Father, I stand with you at this threshold. Again, Father, I stand with you at this threshold. Say, I receive your timing. Say it again. I release my clocks and I receive your timing. Say, I refuse fear. Again, I break agreement with dread. Say, I choose your peace as my atmosphere. Again, your peace settles me now. Say, I accept your guidance one step at a time. Again, I will move at the pace of your peace, not the pressure of my panic. Say, I commit to obedience. Again, I do the next faithful thing you place in my hand. Say, I expect goodness as I go. Again, I expect peace, provision, and purpose without striving. Place your hand on your chest again. Feel the life I give you. Now speak to your own heart with me. Say, heart, be still and know you are led. Again, mind, submit to peace. Say, tongue, agree with life. Again, body, receive strength for this step. Say, I bless this door, and I bless my feet that will walk through it. Now we will target the places that weigh you most. If this word is yours, say it out loud. If it is not yours, intercede for someone you love by speaking it on their behalf. Over your work and provision, speak with me. Father, over my career and finances, I align with your wisdom. I refuse scarcity as my storyteller. Again, I choose stewardship and courage. Say, the opportunities meant for me find me in your timing. Again, I will not manipulate doors. I will knock with faith and wait with peace. Say, provide strategy as well as supply. Again, unexpected expenses will not evict my peace. Say, favor meets faithfulness in my hands. Again, I will budget with honesty, sow with joy, and build with integrity. Say, delays release and payments arrive on time. Again, I carry clean hands into every assignment. Over your relationships and marriage, speak with me. Father, over my relationships, purify my love. Again, teach me truth and tenderness together. Say, I lay down people-pleasing. I pick up holy courage. Again, I will not perform for approval. I will walk for your smile. Say, where you have joined, increase unity. Where you have not joined, clarify and release. Again, grant me patience that honors boundaries and kindness that heals. Say, let forgiveness wash old wounds. Again, let honor and honesty be our language. Over your body and mind, speak with me. Father, over my health, I receive your care. Again, I welcome healing in process and miracles in your timing. Say, you steady my nervous system and quiet inflammation. Again, you reset my sleep and restore my energy. Say, guide my treatments and counsel, bless my caregivers. Again, I receive wisdom to support my body and courage to keep going. Say, shame has no place in my healing. Again, hope has room to breathe here. Say, by your presence, strength rises within me for this day. Over your purpose and ministry, speak with me. Father, over my calling, purify my motives. Again, I choose service over spectacle. Say, I will be faithful in hidden places and humble in visible ones. And again, I carry presence, not performance. Say, open the assignments you authored and close the platforms you did not. Again, give me words that heal, courage to confront in love, and ears to listen. Say, anoint my small yeses to bear lasting fruit. Again, keep my heart soft and my hands clean. Over your family and reconciliation, speak with me. Father, over my family, break cycles that do not honor you. Again, soften hearts and open ears. Say, give us grace for apologies and strength for amends. Again, let generational bitterness end and generational blessing begin. Say, restore conversations that died in pride. Again, teach me to pursue peace without abandoning truth. Say, protect the children with tenderness and wisdom. Again, bring the wandering ones home and surround them with mercy. Now, my child, gather it all and seal it with a threshold declaration. Speak this clean and steady. Say, I am not late, I am aligned. Again, I am not orphaned, I am fathered. Say, I do not panic, I pace with your peace. Again, I do not guess, I follow your light. Say, I bless this door and the room beyond it. Again, I release what you are not breathing on. Say, I receive courage for the next step. Again, I receive wisdom for decisions and grace for correction. Say, I will not partner with fear. Again, I will not curse with my mouth what you are opening with your hand. Say, I will steward this with integrity. Again, I will give you glory in the process and the outcome. Place your hand back on your chest. Breathe in again. Exhale slowly. Hear me. Repetition like this does not beg me to act. It trains you to agree with what I am already doing. Your tongue is learning its new assignment, to bless, to build, to steady. When tomorrow's thoughts try to pull you back into old rehearsals, return to these lines. Speak them out loud in your kitchen, in your car, at your desk, in your hallway. Do not wait for a perfect feeling. Use your voice to escort your feelings into alignment. Your declarations are not magic, they are agreement. They do not replace wisdom, they invite it. They do not erase battles, they strengthen you for them. What you have spoken with me is forming the path you will walk. Now I will give you words for the exact threshold you are facing in this hour. Make them yours. Say, with you I step through. Again, with peace I step through. Say, with clean hands and a clear heart I step through. Again, with courage and humility I step through. Say, with faith that you go before me and stand behind me, I step through. Again, with expectation of aligned peace and provision, I step through. Say, I honor the process that prepared me and the presence that leads me. Again, I bless the people I will meet and the work I will carry. Say, I renounce fear, frenzy, and false urgency. Again, I choose trust, steadiness, and surrendered pace. Say, my words and steps agree with your voice. Again, my life becomes an altar of yes at this threshold. If any single worry is still pressing on your chest, name it now in one sentence, and then hand it to me with this line. Father, I give you this, and I choose your peace in its place. Say it. Again, say it. Release the worry and receive the exchange. Peace is not the absence of challenge. It is the presence of my nearness ruling your inner world. Now seal this moment, whisper it, and then say it with strength. Amen. Let that be your yes to what you have declared. And as a witness to your own heart, not as superstition but as agreement, type Amen. Let it stand on the page like a stake in the ground. You have spoken life at the threshold. You have refused fear. You have aligned with what I am opening now. Keep these words near. Keep your pace with me. The hinge is moving. My child, as this hinge moves and the air of the new brushes your face, hear me. On the other side of this door is not chaos. It is alignment. It is peace that does not wilt when the wind rises. It is provision paired with purpose, so you do not strive to keep what I open. It is not a world without resistance, but it is a life with clearer direction, a strengthened identity, and a steadier center. I am not promising you an escape from being human. I am promising you my nearness ruling your inner world and ordering your steps so battles no longer define you. They refine you and pass through you without stealing your name. Your peace on the other side will not be fragile. It will be formed. It will not depend on everyone agreeing with your yes or circumstances, behaving like you scripted. This peace will come from the inside out because I am settling your identity. You will stop begging rooms to tell you who you are. You will walk in as beloved, as entrusted, as one who has already been seen, corrected, and blessed in secret. That settledness will quiet quarrels you used to carry inside. You will think more clearly. You will hear me more quickly. You will know when to speak and when to be silent, when to persist and when to pivot. The fog that once made small choices feel exhausting will begin to lift because alignment reduces friction. Provision will meet you according to assignment. When I call, I supply. When I open, I sustain. I am not inviting you to hoard certainty. I am inviting you to trust daily bread. You will find that as you take the step I give you, the next resource appears. The right person at the right time. The tool you could not have anticipated. The mentorship you did not know to ask for. The check that clears when integrity has already set the budget. The idea that turns waste into wisdom. Do not demand a warehouse to prove I am with you. Watch me send you what the day requires and more besides. So generosity is always within reach. Learn to gather what I give, to steward it with clarity, to share it with joy, and to release it when I say it has finished its purpose. Scarcity will not narrate this room. Stewardship will. Acceleration will come, not the frantic kind that burns you out, but the kind that surprises you because it grew from long formation. What took time to settle in, you will now produce quick movement around you. Emails that used to sit in silence will find replies. Doors that have been creaking for years will swing with one touch. You will see backlogs clear, approvals come, creative flow return, and connections align. Do not think the suddenness is luck. It is fruit. It is the compound interest of your hidden obediences. You did not waste the hallway. You built muscles there. Now those muscles lift more with less strain. You will still pace with peace. Acceleration for you will feel like wind in the same direction you are already walking with me, not like a storm you must outrun. Because I love you, I give you guardrails for this room. Stay humble. The room you are entering is not a stage to prove your worth. It is a sanctuary to serve your assignment. Give honor to those who built with you in smallness. Credit me openly for what you could never have arranged, and quietly return to me when applause arrives so your heart stays clean. Stay prayerful. Do not trade communion for calendars. Protect the quiet that kept you sane in the hallway, because you will need it more when opportunity multiplies. Let prayer be the first meeting of your day, not the last leftover. Stay obedient. Do not swap simple faithfulness for elaborate performance. The temptation will be to add what I did not ask, so others will call you impressive. Resist. Blessings without stewardship become burdens. Platforms without purity become traps. Keep your oil. Cultivate private devotion so public open doors do not run you dry. Set your expectation rightly. The first evidence may be small. Do not insult the seed because it does not look like the forest yet. You may see a single email, not a full calendar. You may receive one invitation, not the schedule you envisioned. You may sense a clean conversation where there used to be conflict. You may sleep through the night after months of unrest. Do not despise these beginnings. Celebrate them. Name them as signs. Bless them with gratitude. Sow faith into the small and watch it multiply. Small openings become wide doors in the hands of those who are faithful and unoffended by humble starts. On the other side, you will find right relationships, people who invest courage instead of extracting control, voices that bring you back to peace when you drift, partners who choose integrity over speed. Expect me to replace what you released with better fits for your calling, mentors who correct with kindness, peers who celebrate without competition, teams who pray as easily as they plan. I am aligning help to your hands so the work is shared and the fruit spreads, not as a monument to you, but as a witness to what we do together. Provision will not only be money, it will be time redeemed, mental space returned, emotional bandwidth restored, and creative strength replenished. I will give you margin that feels like a miracle. I will carve space where there was none so you can breathe, build, and bless without panic. You will see what happens when you are no longer bleeding energy into comparisons, resentments, and hidden compromises. That reclaimed strength is provision too. It is how you will carry more with less anxiety. Understand this. Purpose without striving means you work with me, not for identity. Your yes will still require effort, planning, and sweat, but the engine will be peace, not pressure. You will do hard things without hating your life. You will make bold decisions without betraying your soul. You will hold boundaries without apology because you will know the assignment you are protecting. You will refuse every offer that buys your speed at the expense of your spirit. You will choose depth over noise, fruit over flash, obedience over optics. This is the new rhythm I am teaching you. Rest that fuels work, work that springs from love, love that keeps you low and light. Hear me promise this. As you walk through with me, you will not find an empty room. You will find a table already spread with what the day requires. You will find chairs for the right companions. You will find tools that fit your hands. You will find instructions clear enough for this step and grace sufficient for the next. You will find me in the middle of it all, steadying your breath, correcting your course, celebrating your small faithfulness, lifting your chin when accusations whisper, and covering you when you are tired. This is not the absence of opposition. It is the presence of guidance and supply that outlasts it. If your heart is trembling, answer it now with me. Say, I receive your peace. Again, I receive your provision for my assignment. Say, I receive purpose without striving. Let your own voice hear your agreement. As a witness to your heart, type, I receive. Not as superstition, but as a stake in the ground. Let gratitude begin before the increase is visible. Gratitude is the door's doorkeeper. It keeps you from turning rooms into trophies. My child, step with assurance. On the other side is aligned peace, provision that matches the mission, and purpose that will not wring you out to prove your worth. Guard your humility, protect your prayer, obey in the small, and watch small signs widen into pathways. I am not bringing you into perpetual adrenaline. I am bringing you into a steadied strength that can carry joy. Walk through with me. What I prepared will meet you as you move. My child, before you move, hear my final charge. I am not sending you ahead while I stay behind. I am walking you through. Do not rehearse failure here. Do not replay what broke you as if it is the only story you are allowed to tell. Start rehearsing faith. Start rehearsing what I have said, what I have built in you, what I am opening in front of you. You did not stumble into this moment by accident. I brought you here as confirmation, not confusion. I have been speaking to your heart. This is me, gathering every thread into one clear directive. Take the next obedient step in peace and watch the door open as you move with me. Let me tie this together in your spirit so you carry it clean. The door that once refused you was not rejection. It was protection you could not yet understand. The waiting was not punishment. It was training that formed patience, discernment, humility, and endurance. Every knock counted. Your prayers sculpted your character into a vessel strong enough to carry what's on the other side. I taught you how to know the door is opening, peace and alignment, not panic and compromise. I exposed the wound that would turn open doors into new prisons, and I began to heal it so you do not drag yesterday's ache into tomorrow's promise. I told you the hinge moves by obedience, not by a perfect plan. So you need one step, not a map. I asked you to leave behind the patterns that would sabotage the new room. I warned you that resistance would intensify near release, not to stop you but to signal you are close. I put a declaration in your mouth and a promise under your feet. Peace, provision, and purpose without striving. Now I commission you. Step through with me, wise, courageous, and calm. Listen to me and let this settle in your bones. You are not late. You are aligned. You are not alone. You are led. You do not need to audition for this next room. You are assigned to it. You do not need to clutch at outcomes. You need to obey in sequence. Stop borrowing trouble from a future you have imagined without me. Start borrowing hope from a future I have prepared with you. Speak to yourself like someone who is fathered. Speak to your actions like someone who is trusted. Hold your head steady. Keep your voice gentle. Move with clean intention and strong follow-through. Here is your commissioning for the hours ahead. Anchor your first decision in prayer. Ask for my peace to govern your pace. Choose one faithful action and do it today. The call, the email, the apology, the boundary, the application, the plan, the release. Do not multiply tasks. Multiply obedience. Let your language agree with life. Bless what I am building. Refuse fear's scripts. If pressure tries to stampede you, step back into stillness with me. Your yes is strong enough to wait for peace. You do not need to make noise to prove momentum. You need to make room for me to lead. Now receive a covering. Be still with me and let these words rest over you like a hand on your head and a shield around your heart. I bless you with clarity to hear the next instruction and courage to do it without theatrics. I bless you with discernment to recognize the door I opened and to refuse the counterfeits that mimic opportunity but demand your peace as payment. I bless your eyes to see alignment, not perfection, but the steady witness of peace, wise counsel, and integrity. I bless your feet to find firm ground and your hands to hold only what I have entrusted. I bless your mind to resist spirals and to return quickly to the center where I meet you. I bless your heart with healing for the places waiting made tender and for the questions delay left behind. I bless you with rest that does not equal passivity and work that does not equal striving. Pray with me now. Speak it softly or strong, but speak it. Say, Father, I receive your peace as my pace. Again, I choose calm obedience over frantic effort. Say, guard me from counterfeit doors. Again, teach me to recognize alignment by your peace and wise counsel. Say, heal what waiting bruised in me. Again, restore my tenderness without stealing my courage. Say, give me clarity for the next step. Again, strengthen me to do it even if I do not see the whole way. Say, protect my heart and my home as I move. Again, keep me humble when favor finds me. Say, close what is not from you without me forcing it. Again, open what is yours without me manipulating it. Say, lead my words, guard my boundaries, and keep my motives clean. Again, let my yes be worship and my no be wisdom. Now I will pray over you as your Father. I send my peace to stand guard over your heart and mind, to quiet the racing and soothe the fear. I release clarity to your inner ear, so the next faithful step is plain and the noise loses its grip. I appoint protection over you from counterfeit invitations, doors that sparkle but drain you, voices that flatter but twist you, offers that grow you quickly but hollow you deeply. I break the rehearsal of failure that has played like a loop. I replace it with a rehearsal of faith, memories of my faithfulness, promises that steadied you, signs I have already shown. I pour strength into your will to obey, not in bursts of adrenaline, but in steady resolve. I mend the hairline fractures in your hope left by delay. I place around you godly alignment, intercessors who cover you, mentors who correct with kindness, partners who protect integrity, and opportunities that match your assignment. I declare that as you step, provision meets you on the road, and wisdom keeps you from stumbling. Hear me. This is not a guarantee of a frictionless day. It is a promise of my felt nearness in every choice, and a path that unfolds under your feet as you keep pace with me. I am not promising that every door you touch today will swing. I am promising that the door I authored will not require you to trade your peace to keep it open. When you reach it, you will know by the settledness inside you, by counsel that confirms, by timing that coheres instead of coerces, by the fruit that aligns with your formation. Walk as one who is covered, walk as one who is loved. Mark this moment with your mouth as a testimony for others who will read and need courage. Type, "The door is opening," if you are agreeing with me for movement. Or type, "I will walk in faith," if your yes today is to pace with peace and obey without panic. Let your words be a lamp to someone else's hallway and a witness to your own heart that this is not just inspiration, this is activation. Now, my child, take this word into the next 24 hours with expectation and calm. Expect small signs and honor them. Expect simple instructions and do them. Expect me to interrupt you with a nudge to pause or to proceed, and yield quickly. Keep your phone from owning your attention. Keep your schedule from swallowing your soul. Keep your tongue from building prisons. Keep your eyes on me when excitement swells or when quiet lingers. Return to the lines I gave you when anxiety tries to rehearse its old symphony. Whisper them as you stand at the sink, as you walk to your car, as you open your inbox. Let gratitude begin before outcomes arrive. I will not abandon you at the threshold. I will go before you and I will stand behind you. I will be at your right hand counseling, at your left hand steadying, within you reminding, above you covering, and around you aligning helpers you did not know to ask for. If you pause, I will wait with you. If you stumble, I will lift you. If you doubt, I will speak again. If you are tempted to rush, I will slow your breath and hold your pace. If resistance rises, I will teach your hands to stand until it passes. You are not alone. You are not late. You are not guessing. Walk through with me, not alone, not afraid. Obey with peace. Watch what I prepared meet you as you move, and when it does, quietly bless me first. Honor those I send, and keep your heart low and light. We are not done. We are beginning. Now step.